And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday Afternoon Qso-Vlog Network. This is a directed network, and I am Net Control. Should an emergency arise, please notify Net Control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 3,400 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average of 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average of 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically. And in addition, we're running our newer number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now, the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today, on the transmit side, we'll be running our NO-SWR specially oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. We pray that you'll protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now, with all that being said, let's open it up and see who's out there. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.
You want to check out? Give us a shout. Kilo, Quebec 4, Quebec X-Ray Charlie.
X-Ray Charlie station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically, please.
Slowly with your call sign phonetically, please. Kilo, Quebec 4, Quebec X-Ray Charlie. USF.
X-Ray, Quebec X-Ray Charlie, Roger. What's the name there?
Quebec X-Ray Charlie, Roger. What's the name there? Richard.
Roger, Richard. And whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Richard. And whereabouts are you located, sir? In Clayton, North Carolina. I am about 20 miles east of Raleigh, North Carolina. USF.
Roger that. And what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger that. And what radio are you running today, sir? The 7300 going through a ALS 1300, peaking at like 600 watts, using a MFJ 998 automatic tuner, USF.
Roger, Richard. Okay, what would be nice if you would give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system so that I might look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Might look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger? Roger. I'm using a wire and an inverted air and an inverted L pattern. It's about 50 feet away from my shack. QSL.
Roger, Richard, I've got you just perfectly on my PA SDR. You look to be about 15 over on that, and I also have you on my local antennas to some degree, so I may go over to that a little bit later. So if you would be interested, you sound really good, but I would like to check a few things if you would like. The first would be to be sure that you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900 TBW. That would allow your transmitter to function as best as it can, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger?
Daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger? Roger. We talked about a year ago, and you helped me set up my 7300, the bandwidth and the mic gain and the comp at that time. And I have not changed anything since then, and I want to thank you for your help. I really appreciate it, and it's good. You're in. Over.
Roger, sir. I just cut over to my local antenna. That's my 7300. We're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And you just sound dynamite. I thought I recognized that tune-up. Sounds really good, sir. Roger.
Appreciate it, and again, thank you for all your support and all that you do for the ham radios out there. Again, I appreciate it, and thanks again.
Roger, Richard. Well, you know that 7300 is just such a beautiful radio, and once you get that dialed in, man, it's just perfect for forever. I guess it doesn't have any shifting sands of equalization or anything that I know of. It's just one of the best transmitters that I've ever heard. So, yay for the 7300. And Richard, thanks for checking in, buddy. If you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. And just while we're at it, and you're sounding so good, gosh, why don't you tell me about the thing that you like best about amateur radio, Roger?
The thing that you like best about amateur radio, Roger? Well, there is one thing that I found difficult in is finding the right mic to go with the 7300. Apparently, I found out that they have a different mic that works good with the 7300 versus the dynamic mic, where I have to increase the mic gain up to about 75 or 80. Over.
Yes, sir. Now that's true, but stop to consider that the original hand mic that radio came with, you were going to have to spend $200-300 to duplicate the capability of that hand mic that came originally with your 7300. That mic was designed by Bob Heil, and it addressed specifically the ICOM input level problem, and that's one of the first times that Bob actually went to an electret mic. Most all of his career, he designed mics, dynamic mics, but that for that occasion, the 7300, he did do a great deal of work on that microphone and did do an electret. So what I'm saying is that if you have the original microphone that radio came with, you're going to be hard pressed to do better. If you work that hand mic correctly, the best way to work the hand mic is pull it to the corner of your cheeks and talk across it. Do not talk directly into that hand mic. Pull it to the corner of your lips and talk across it. And in doing so, you will be right there at studio quality. People will not know that that's a hand mic. You know, it sounds so beautiful right there, Roger.
It's a hand mic, you know. It sounds so beautiful right there, Roger. Roger, Roger. I'm using one of Bob's house headphones now that are made for the ICOM. And I didn't have to increase the mic gain as much as with the other ones. Over.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Electret microphone is going to shine on that ICOM radio. It just is designed for it. And, you know, my personal belief is that the Electret microphone is so much more frequency capable on the top end of the audio spectrum. It just, to me, has a much, it's like walking through a door when you hear an Electret condenser microphone versus a dynamic microphone in a flat mode. Without any EQ. But then with a tad of EQ on the Electret microphone, man, you're just talking just beautiful there, Roger.
Microphone, man, you're just talking just beautiful there, Roger. Oh, Roger, Roger. And you're right about the price. I got about $200 or $300 invested in mics and adapters to get it to work. What mic are you using, over?
This is a homebrew mic, but it is an Electret mic. Starts off with an Electret capsule, goes down to an ART preamp, which furnishes the phantom voltage for the Electret mic, then into a third octave equalizer, then split into the radio and into my video recorder, Roger.
And into my video recorder, Roger. Roger, Roger. What kind of wattage are you running through that, over?
Right now we're running an SV220, and we're right at a kilowatt. Right at a kilowatt now, Roger.
220, and we're right at a kilowatt. Right at a kilowatt now, Roger. Roger, Roger. Again, thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. I may get back with you in a year or so if I make some more changes. I'm thinking about putting up a tower. But I'm not sure what antenna, over.
Roger, Roger. Now, one thing, if you switch mics back and forth and everything, you need to double check your level because not all mics have the same output. So the easiest way to do that is go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, you become a human test tone generator and just take your mic level up to where your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, and then you'll be just perfect on your transfer level, Roger.
Just perfect on your transfer level, Roger. Roger, Roger. I can really tell the difference too in the for the wattage going out using the different mics and adjusting the mic gain. Over.
Roger. Now, if they're all correctly calibrated with that ALC meter, they all should, it doesn't make a difference which mic you're using, they all should output the same if they're set up modulation-wise the same. So, again, the best way to set a level is to go to your ALC meter, and as you say the word audio, adjust your mic level control until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger. Roger, Roger. I think that covers it. Kilo Quebec 4, Quebec X-Ray Charlie 73, and hope you have a great time.
Roger, Roger. Richard, and again, gosh, good to hear you. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Alpha 8, Tango Victor.
Tango Victor station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Tango Victor station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Yeah, thank you. This is Alpha 8, Tango Victor, and the name is Ed, QSO.
All right, that's Alpha 8, Tango Victor, is that it, Roger?
Alpha 8, Tango Victor, is that a Roger?
QSO.
Roger, Ed, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Ed, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
We're in a town called Rocky River, and that's in Ohio, and we're just west of Cleveland. And I was checking out an antenna system that I'm going to use portable. My girlfriend and I are heading to Lake Chautauqua in New York on the 9th of September, and I wanted to bring the 7300 out and bring a portable antenna. And I'm really surprised you're hearing me. This antenna is only about 4 or 5 feet off the ground. It's about 80 feet fed with lead, and it goes into an SGC, an old antenna tuner, an automatic antenna tuner that was usually used for mobile, and running just 100 watts into it. I'm hearing you at S9 Plus on this antenna, Qso.
Yeah, Roger, Ed. Well, we have a vast number of SDRs around the country that we have on a selector switch, and we have 5 internet SDR receivers that we can go through and check out in about a second and a half as far as signal level. And so we're right now copying the mail on our PA SDR, and you seem to be about 15 over on our PA SDR, by far and away the hottest receive point that I have in my selection. I have a chevron on the lower right side of the screen that shows where we are at the moment as far as what we're receiving, and I have my 5 internet SDR units up there, plus my 7300 locally, and so it just gives you a heads up about where the audio is coming from at the moment. And right now, that 7300 of yours is just sounding choice, Roger.
Right now, that 7300 of yours is just sounding choice, Roger.
Oh, real good. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name or your call or your QTH, but right now I'm using an old Electro Voice PL76 condenser mic, electric condenser mic from the 70s, and I modified it to phantom power because it used those 4.5 volt mercury batteries that are virtually obsolete and expensive. So it seems to be working out okay. Glad to hear it sounds okay. I'm running it into a Mackie mixer just used as a mic preamp and a phantom power, and then that goes into I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank here, a bandpass filter. I have it set for 100 to 5K right now. And then that goes into a compressor limiter, and then that's feeding the 7300. QSO?
Roger there. Probably, Ed, the most important thing, I think, is to double-check your transmit bandwidth, TBW. We really prefer folks to use the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. That gives them just a slash of daylight before they're into somebody else's conversation, but at the same time, it allows your transmitter to really perform as best it can, Roger. So that's 100 to 2900 on your transmit bandwidth, Roger.
So that's 100 to 2900 on your transmit bandwidth, Roger.
Yeah, that's the bandwidth I have set on the 7300 right now. I'm feeding it a little bit more than that, but I know for sure it's choking that down to that exact bandwidth. I'm primarily operating on AM on 40 and 75 meters, and this mic is full bandwidth. It will easily do 20 kilohertz. So that's why I limit the top end. If the band's quiet, crowded, I will back down the top end to 3K, but I leave it at 5 if the room allows for it. So a lot of the AMers are running the old broadcast transmitters, and they sound quite good. So I have I'm drawing a blank again. Oh my gosh, my bandpass filter. I can set the low end and the high end. And like I say, right now it's set for 100 to 5K. So that seems to work out real well on AM. I've used the 7300 a few times on AM, and it actually sounds quite good from what I've heard from others. So I love this radio. Like, I've heard you talking to another fellow earlier and raving about the quality of this radio, and I think it's fantastic. So we're getting the cabin out in the woods, and I wanted to bring an antenna out, and this one looks like it's a winner. It seems to be working okay. Like I say, I'm surprised anyone can hear me with it, 5 feet off the ground. Could you again give me your call and name? This is Alpha Tango Victor, Ed in Rocky River.
Sorry, Ed. The name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and the call sign is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. That's KC9VKV, and we're located around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And like I say, that radio really sounds good. Now, again, the thing is, once a radio starts to distort, all bets are off as to where that distortion goes, because they can become little love beads 10 kc away somehow, magically, So it's really important that, you try to maintain within the realm of reality there, which, for an amateur radio operator normally is, 3 kc. So that's why we suggest that on that 7300, you run in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, and that gives you the ability for that transmitter to function as best it can within the 2900, and then gives you just a slice of daylight to make sure that them love beads don't start hopping down the frequency, Roger.
That them love beads don't start hopping down the frequency, Roger.
QSO, Jim, and it was real good to meet you, and I've heard you on before, but I don't think I've ever said hello, but I'm really glad to make your acquaintance. Yeah, I agree. When I run AM, I especially watch the scope, and I don't want to go over 100%, and that's about the only way you can ensure that is to see what you're actually broadcasting. So I do monitor the signal. I think it was K4KYV. I'm drawing a blank to his name. I've talked to him many times, and I'm having a senior moment here. But oh my gosh, what is his name? Anyway, he said running AM without a scope is like driving at night without headlights, and he couldn't be more spot on with that analogy. I'll say 7-3, Jim, and it was very nice to meet you, and thank you for your help and the radio check. And maybe I'll talk to you when I get to New York running a portable 2, KC9VKV. This is AA8TV. Enjoy your afternoon, Jim.
Roger, Ed, and we have been recording since 3 o'clock, so you have an excellent recording if you would like to hear it. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Oh, fine business, Jim. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to listening to that. Boy, that's fantastic. Your station is way more capable than mine. I don't have that ability here. I do have an SDR, one of the one that's made in the UK. It's an SDR Uno or Duo, or I don't remember now. It's about the size of a pack of cigarettes, and it plugs into the computer, and it works surprisingly well. And then I do listen to some other stations around the country via the internet. But I love the technology. I've been in the hobby since 1968, and I like the marriage of modern tech and old tech. All my AM gear is from the 50s, so it's very fun to keep these old gals up and running and sounding good on the air. KC9VKV from AA8TV, 7-3, Jim, and thank you again.
Roger, Ed. I've got some Drake stuff around here myself that I try to keep running from time to time. It's always a big experiment when you fire them up, particularly at the higher frequencies. They come and go a little bit on the higher frequencies. It takes a while. I've tried to heat the oscillator and cool the oscillator, and it doesn't make any difference. It's going to wander. So you play a touch up on 10 meters, but it's a great radio. 73 there, Ed. You have a great afternoon, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. November 4, uniform,
Okay, so there's a November 4 station out there. November 4 station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
4 station, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign. Okay, November 4, uniform, Sierra, mobile.
Roger, uniform, Sierra, and what's the name there?
Roger, uniform, Sierra, and what's the name there? The name's Todd, Tango, Oscar, Delta.
Roger, Todd, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Todd, and whereabouts are you located, sir? I am mobile. I'm, probably about 30 miles north of Wilmington, North Carolina, on Interstate 40, over.
Roger, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, and what radio are you running today, sir? It is an ICOM 7100.
Roger, 7100. Okay, Todd, if you would, sir, why don't you tell me about your mobile antenna system there for about 10 seconds or so, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger. Okay, very interesting what you're doing here. Heel 100A screwdriver antenna. It's about 10 years old. This is its second mobile installation. So just recently got it relocated into this vehicle. So running 100 watts. No tuner, just tune using the antenna, and then the ICOM radio. Back to you.
Roger, Todd. Well, it sounded mighty good that we have it lashed up and functioning with it. You have adjusted in such a manner that it's hard to tell that it's a mobile unit. It doesn't sound like a bunch of stuff in the background there. So you've compromised on your compression a little bit there to keep that signal right together. And it does sound really, really good, Roger.
Right together. That does sound really, really good, Roger. Well, good deal. Glad to hear it. I've gotten good reports on it. I ran an ICOM 7000 for years, and when I was getting this station set up, I lost the receive in it. I just got it repaired. They didn't know if they'd be able to repair it, so I sent it to ICOM, and they turned it around. But anyway, in the meantime, I got this rig. It's running the stock 10 mic, and it's pretty much radio out of the box. It seems to be working okay. Hopefully the bandwidth is okay.
Roger there, Todd. And I was just running through my internet SDRs, and I have, I mentioned it just a little while ago, but I have a chevron on the right side of my screen that tells folks what I'm listening to at the time. So I just went through the eastern part of the United States, about 5 different places that you could hear how your audio is doing at the moment. The best by far is on the PASDR, Roger?
Best by far is on the PASDR, Roger. Okay. That's the one on web. I'm very familiar with that. I use it quite often, listening around, especially the nets when I can't hear. But anyway, very good. You got a good signal. I've got a pretty good band here. You're S7 to S9, a little bit of QSC, but I've got a quiet band here on the interstate. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, before you go there, why don't you tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio?
Before you go there, why don't you tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio? Well, let's see. There's just so much to like. You can, for a lot of people, you can, get into the different modes of operation, sideband to CW to digital. You can get into repeaters. You can do fox hunting. There's just so many different avenues. And you get to meet a lot of people. So a lot of interesting folks. So there's just a lot to like. I've been doing it for over 30 years.
Roger, Todd. Roger. Well, it sounds just beautiful. That mobile's doing you a great job. If you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
This recording, I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger. All right, well, that sounds great. I will be sure to look for it. I'm glad I ran into you here today. I'm driving back to Lynchburg, Virginia. I was down in Wilmington for work, and first time I've heard you, so I'll be sure to check it out.
Roger, Todd. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. This is Kilo Mike 4, Charlie Kilo Delta.
Kilo Mike 4 station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Kilo Mike 4 station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign. Kilo Mike 4, Charlie Kilo Delta.
Charlie Kilo Delta, Roger, what's the name?
Charlie Kilo Delta, Roger, what's the name? You have PH at Bravo Hotel here.
You got kind of faded there. Repeat the name again.
You got kind of faded there. Repeat the name again. BH at Bravo Hotel.
All right, BH, Roger, and what's your location at the moment?
All right, BH, Roger, and what's your location at the moment? I am in Z-Square FM 08RN, Stanley, Virginia.
Roger, and what radio are you running today?
Roger, and what radio are you running today? I'm running a Zygu G90 at 20 watts.
Roger that. Well, what we should do, BH, is probably, why don't you tell me about your antenna system and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
And let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger. Roger, I'm running a R7 vertical.
Roger, BH, okay. I'm on my PASDR, my internet PASDR, and you seem to be about 7 over the noise level of the PASDR, so I have a pretty good signal on you, Roger.
Level of the PASDR, so I have a pretty good signal on you, Roger. Roger, I appreciate that. This is my first HF contact. I've been a ham for 11 years and just finally got into HF.
Oh, Roger. Well, welcome aboard there. And that radio, sometimes you have to maybe adjust the mic level. I'm sure you don't have any EQ. So what I would suggest would be if you have any volume left in your mic level, I would suggest going ahead and turning that up full and then backing off mic, and that will give you a brighter signal. I know there's not probably a lot of headroom in your audio system, so if you're like at 80 or 90, I would go ahead and take that mic gain up to 100 and then back off mic a little bit, and that will drop the bass frequency and attenuate or accentuate the top end a little bit more. Roger?
Or accentuate the top end a little bit more. Roger? I'm not sure exactly how to do that on the side gauge, so let me adjust my compression.
Yeah, this is a kind of thing where the compressor might not do the job specifically. The thing about suck up on a compressor is just, it sucks up and it's sucking up nothing. That's the deal about a compressor. If you push a compression too much, it tends to suck up air between the words, and that doesn't do anybody any good. So we recommend, almost regardless of the situation, running about a 3 on the compressor processor. That seems to be about the best we can do on that without it really starting to get in the way. A 3 and a 6 are pretty close to the same as far as actually working on the word itself, but the difference is on a 6 you have this suck up between the words, which doesn't do, like I say, anybody any good. So what we suggest is a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 setting on your compressor processor. Roger?
100 setting on your compressor processor. Roger? Yeah, Roger. I'll work on that. Again, it's a fairly new radio to me, and HS is brand new to me, so I'm trying to learn all the ins and outs.
Roger. Well, that last transmission, you were very well in, and it looked just perfect. It looked like your audio, you're running about a 3 dB dynamic range, which is exactly what you should be doing, and that means that your average percent of peak modulation is 80 to 85%, so that's great. I would run it just like that, Roger. I had a high degree of intelligibility just then, Roger.
Just like that, Roger. I had a high degree of intelligibility just there, Roger. Yeah, Roger on that. I'm a little faded on you on this side, so from my end anyway.
All right, and I did lose you just a little bit there. The thing would be leave your ALC meter out, where you can look at it, and the sweet spot on that ALC meter is 7 or 2/3. As you look at your ALC meter, the sweet spot is 7 or 2/3 deflection on that meter, and you can get that by your mic gain control. If it's below that, turn your mic gain up a little bit, and if it's above that, we don't want to get too much above that, so turn back your mic gain. But your mic gain is the controller for your ALC reading, and we want that ALC reading to be 7 or 2/3. Roger?
7 or 2/3, Roger? Yeah, Roger on that. Having a little trouble getting that adjusted, but I'll figure it out.
I'll tell you, the easiest way to do that is, you come up, you got your ALC meter, you got your mic gain control in the other hand, and as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in your QSOs, don't stress it, just say it, audio, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger?
Your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger? Yeah, right. Let me see if I can do that.
Are we going to do that now or later?
AM4. Are we going to do that now or later?
I'm sorry, we doubled?
I'm sorry, we doubled? No, I'm way over on this one. I'm going to have to back it off.
All right, sir. Now, just remember that you're challenged communication-wise because of the lower power. So you want to exercise as much level that you can. So I would watch that ALC meter and try to keep it as much as possible in the sweet spot, which is 7 or 2/3. Roger.
Which is 7 or 2/3, Roger. Roger. I'm trying to keep it in that 7 south, and it's I'm having a little trouble doing that, but we're in about 9 now.
Yes, sir. So the best way to set that, it's really hard to set a level if it's a spoken level. If you're sitting there talking and trying to adjust your mic level, it's difficult because you have varying degrees of amplitude. But when you just say the word audio, you have a constant flow of level, and it's very easy to set level with that word audio. It's much easier than trying to set it with complex words, Roger.
With complex words, Roger. Yeah, Roger, I got that. And I'm going to try to set it, but I think I'm going to have to read the manual a little bit more to get this thing figured out so I can adjust this mic.
Roger. Well, there's a couple of things, that I have disagreements with as far as the manufacturers. One thing is menus. God, some of these menus are just so long. They're just pathetic. And I think it should be a crime to put a mic volume control on a menu. That's, oh my gosh. Well, anyway, so much for that rant. BH, that radio's sounding good, and I would run it just like that. If you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word log book, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger. Yeah, Roger on that, and I'm going to log this on my QRZ logbook, if that's what I'm supposed to do.
Roger, whatever. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Name is Jim, and we're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville.
We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. Roger. Appreciate the Qso, Cam4, CKD, and 73.
Roger, BH73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and join us next Friday if you have an opportunity. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 8, Juliet.
Whiskey 8, Juliet, Roger. What's the name there?
Whiskey 8, Juliet, Roger. What's the name there?
My name is Tim, Tango India Mike, and I'm located near Flint, Michigan.
Roger, Tim, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Tim, and what radio are you running today, sir?
I'm running a Fox Tango 710, a Yaesu FT 710, over.
Roger that. Well, if you're interested in our setup or whatever, the first thing is to be sure that your TBW, your transmit bandwidth, is in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. It's called wide, and it allows your transmitter to function as best it can, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
All right, I'm aware of that.
Roger. So, and then past that, continuing on with the setup, your compressor processor should be on at a 3. It's just a third of its capability, 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100 on the compressor processor, Roger.
30 out of 100 on the compressor processor, Roger.
I run mine at 6.0.
Yes, sir. Well, what happens, is that you start getting suck up between words on a 6 versus a 3. As far as actually on the word, working on the word, a 3 and a 6 do pretty much the same. The difference is that with the 6, you're going to have suck up between the words, which doesn't do anybody any good.
You're going to have suck up between the words, which doesn't do anybody any good.
right, so, Tim, I just dropped my stylus. Oh, that's going to be pretty. I have another one, though. I do. Wow, what a stroke of luck to have two styluses, one ready for the replacement of the other one. How often does that happen?
The replacement of the other one. How often does that happen?
Well, all right, Tim, gosh, good to talk to you, sir. You have a great afternoon, and we'll catch you later, sir.
Good to talk to you, sir. You have a great afternoon, and we'll catch you later, sir. Okay, 73W8JJ.
Roger. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Alpha Charlie 4 Delta Whiskey.
Station ending in whiskey, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Station ending in whiskey, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Alpha Charlie 4 Delta Whiskey.
Delta Whiskey Station, what's the name there?
Delta Whiskey Station, what's the name there?
The name is Don.
Roger, Don, and what's your location, sir?
Roger, Don, and what's your location, sir?
This is a new to me ICOM 7300, and I'm looking for some help. I heard you helping my buddy BH. I thought maybe you could help me too.
Yes, sir, Don. Where are you? What's your location? What is your location?
Don, where are you? What's your location? What is your location?
Foxtrot Mike 08, Newmarket, Virginia.
Roger. And so that's 7300. Gosh, that's a beautiful radio. First thing is to be sure you're in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900. You have a selection in, three selections actually, and you want to make that one, the wide one, the one that you want, it's 100 to 2900. Roger?
The one that you want, it's 100 to 2900. Roger?
Okay, I see a TBW that says wide. I'm not sure if I can adjust that or not. I held the button and it didn't move.
Yes, so you may be in that mode already. I would, if they're highlighted, I think they are the operable setting at the moment, Roger. So that I think you're in that mode, Roger.
Operable setting at the moment, Roger. So that I think you're in that mode, Roger.
Copy that.
Okay, so once we get the TBW ironed out, we want to go to our compressor processor, and that would be on and at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. We just want a third of that compressor processor possibility. So compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger.
Processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger.
Roger, yes, I am at a 3 on the compressor.
Excellent. Now, just as we're soliding forth along, what mic are you running now?
Just as we're soliding forth along, what mic are you running now?
Yeah, this is the ICOM SM30.
All right, that's a desk mic, Roger?
All right, that's a desk mic, Roger?
Roger.
All right, sir. Then let's go to your ALC meter to set your level. So as you look at your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say it as you would say any other word in a QSO. You become a human test tone generator and adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter through a mic gain manipulation as you say the word audio.
Through a mic gain manipulation as you say the word audio.
Audio. Okay, you may have lost me a little bit there, but it looks like my ALC meter is just over 50%.
Okay, tell me, if you would, why don't you tell me about the best thing you like about your 7300, and let me listen to you for a minute.
The best thing you like about your 7300, and let me listen to you for a minute.
Well, the best thing I like about it was the price. I've only had it 2 days now, but I'm just trying to learn it, and it's exciting. It's cool, but there's parts about it I don't understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, welcome to the club. But, all right, so after we get that ALC set, and it sounds pretty good, what I want you to do now, do you know how to get to your tone control page, your equalization tone control page?
Your equalization tone control page?
I believe I'm there now for SSB transmit.
Yes, sir. You should have a treble boost and a bass boost, or a treble control and a bass control. And what I want you to do is go -3 clicks roll off on your bass. -3 clicks roll off on your bass from where you are.
-3 clicks roll off on your bass from where you are.
Roger, roger. That's -3 clicks.
All right, and so tell me about your antenna system again.
Right, and so tell me about your antenna system again.
I believe I'm on my end-fed half wave right now. It's compromised. It's a drooper. It's in a tree. It needs work, but it's doing a little better than my G5RV Junior. So that's what we're on at the moment.
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, gosh, Don, is it Don, Roger? Don?
Yeah, gosh, Don, is it Don, Roger? Don?
Roger, roger.
Thank you, sir. My handwriting, I have a pen that writes very lightly, and this is not a very well or heavily lit situation here, so I'm kind of reading in the Braille a little bit. There's an observation that I make in regards to when you key the mic. Try to key the mic a little softer, because right now there's a big hassle, kind of vibration noise when you key. So I suggest that maybe you key it a little lighter. That way you won't have quite so much noise in the microphone key situation. And also maybe think about the way you're grabbing the mic. Maybe if you had a remote. Now think about this. If you had a remote switch, a remote transmit switch, it would take all of the contact away from the microphone, so you would not have any kind of shuffle off to buffalo noise when you key up. Roger, it's a small thing, but I'm just pointing it out to you. You probably may not have known it because it's hard to hear, some radio that you're keying up, but on the far end, they can hear that. Roger.
But on the far end, they can hear that. Roger.
Okay, copy that. Was that any better? I touched it lightly, as light as I could.
Yes, sir. That was much better. That was maybe 10% of what was happening before. So that's well acceptable. What you just did there, Roger. Roger.
Well acceptable. What you just did there, Roger. Roger.
Copy that. I'll keep my heavy hands off of this, my ham hands off this PTT switch.
Roger. And again, I was talking about maybe if you, the coolest operation is when you have your, your push-to-talk switch removed from the microphone, so you do not have any inclination to actually even be touching the microphone. That's the ultimate, and if you wanted to do that, you'd have to, just run you a parallel switch up somewhere, and you would have that, because you're talking about a closed switch to transmit, so you could parallel that switch anywhere. And put another switch somewhere else, But you'd have to keep track of it. You wouldn't want your remote switch keyed, and you're trying to key your mic, and you're wondering what's happening there. But anyway, if you want to hear your audio, we've got a recording of it. If you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in the series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
100, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
Alrighty, I'm losing you due to band conditions, I believe, but I appreciate the help here, and I'll look into a foot switch, and hopefully we can improve this station a little bit more. I really do appreciate your help. AC4DW. I'll be clear.
Roger, Roger, Don. Now, you just came in on mic, and your equalization changed drastically. So I would suggest not coming in so close, more like what you were doing before. That's the best way. There's a thing called proximity effect. It's a law that says as you get closer to a microphone, you have a bass buildup in the audio spectrum as far as reproduction from that microphone. So where you were just before that last transmission was the ideal place. So try to keep yourself in that perspective to the microphone, Roger.
Keep yourself in that perspective to the microphone, Roger.
Okay, copy that. That's pretty close, but we'll try and keep it there, and I appreciate that last tip. AC4DW.
Roger, Roger. I would back off just a little bit further than that. I would add 2 inches to what you were doing just then, and let me hear you.
2 inches to what you were doing just then. Let me hear you.
Roger that. How's this? Audio.
Excellent, Don. I would run it just like that, sir. Just beautiful. Hopefully that's comfortable to you, but unless we go back into the EQ to shave off a little bit more on the bottom side, you have compromised by backing off that mic, and it just sounds beautiful, Roger.
By backing off that mic, and it just sounds beautiful, Roger.
Thank you for that. I'll back off the bass another notch, and I'll keep my eye on the mic while I'm talking into it. If I can't see it, I'm too close.
There you go, sir. Well, let me say 73, Don. Good to hear you, sir. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. Love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Sierra Juliet.
Sierra Juliet, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Sierra Juliet, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Sierra Juliet. This is KC9VKV. Copy?
Sierra Juliet. This is KC9VKV. Copy?
Kilo Oscar 4, Romeo Sierra Juliet. Name is Mike.
Roger, Mike, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Mike, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm in Powhatan County, Virginia. Powhatan County, Virginia, just west of Richmond.
Roger, Roger, Mike, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Roger, Mike, and what radio are you running today, sir?
I'm running a brand new radio, just new to me. It's a Yaesu FTX-1.
Okay, FTDX, and what was the rest?
Okay, FTDX, and what was the rest?
It's a Yaesu FTX-1. FTX-1. It's the Optima version with the 100-watt amplifier port.
Roger, Roger, Mike. Well, gosh, that's a new radio, Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger, Mike. Well, gosh, that's a new radio, Roger, Roger?
Brand new, only been out about 2 months, and I just got a hold of it and just trying to learn about it and tune June to the newest Friday afternoon and see if she can follow the audio.
Roger, Mike. So you probably don't know where a lot of the stuff is on that radio, on the menu. Roger, is that correct?
Where a lot of the stuff is on that radio, on the menu. Roger, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I've been sitting here pressing buttons. I've been listening to you, trying to see. I got the receive audio down almost perfect, but I haven't worked on the transmission audio at all. So, yeah, I won't take up too much of your time. Just realize I have a lot to go on this radio.
Yes, sir, Mike. Well, the easiest thing would be to take some notes I could give you if you would like to do that, and then you crank them in at your leisure as you find them in the book and in your menu. First thing is to be sure you're in that 100 to 2900 TBW. That's called the transmit bandwidth. It's called wide, and it's the number is 100 to 2900 on your transmit bandwidth adjustment. You may have some other options there, but you want to set that radio in the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
In the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger?
Copy, sir.
All right, then once you get that radio in the right TBW, move on to your compressor processor. And what we're looking for is a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled. We just want a third of the capability of that compressor processor. So it's compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
At a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100.
Roger, sir. 3 out of 10.
All right, then move to your ALC meter, and with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, you become a human test tone generator, and what you want to do is adjust your mic level to where your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio and adjust your mic level and to make that ALC meter come out at 7 or 2/3. So the mic level controls the reading of your ALC meter, and you want that at 7 or 2/3. That's the sweet spot. Roger?
At 7 or 2/3. That's the sweet spot. Roger?
Roger, sir. Copy all.
All right, then I would move into my tone control or equalization control, and you seem to be pretty heavy on the bottom side right now. So what I would do, and it depends on what kind of equalization you have, but essentially I would want to roll off a couple of clicks or 3 of the bottom side and punch up plus a couple of clicks boost on your treble side. So you're rolling off a couple of clicks on the bottom side, and you're increasing the treble a couple of clicks from where you are. Roger?
A couple of clicks from where you are. Roger?
Roger. I'm turning to the transmission audio right now, and I will turn that up hopefully for our next transmission.
Roger. Now, can you know where all that is, or do you want to just keep taking notes?
Can you know where all that is, or do you want to just keep taking notes?
I'm doing both, believe it or not. I think I just found that setting, but I'm also taking notes. Thank you.
Roger. So go ahead, roll off 2 clicks bottom, and push 2 clicks on the treble. And what you want to do is make sure your mid-range is flat. That's the whole idea behind an equalizer, is to average the top with the mid-range and the bottom to the mid-range. And if you punch the mid-range up, then you are so much more difficult for your treble and bottom to catch up. So we suggest that you just maintain that mid-range as flat. Roger?
You just maintain that mid-range is flat. Roger?
Roger. I just turned up the mid-range a little bit. How does that sound? Any different?
No, I would not do that. I would not turn up the mid-range. I would leave the mid-range plus or minus 0 or off. Plus or minus 0 or off on your mid-range control. Roger?
Plus or minus 0 or off on your mid-range control. Roger?
Roger is now set it.
No fun and games from the challenged department, the QRMers. Anyway, so what we are doing here is setting that EQ, and to do that we need that mid-range plus or minus 0 or off, and then we want it to go plus 2 clicks boost on your treble EQ and 2 clicks minus on your bass EQ. Bass, I believe, is number 1 in I'm not really sure about that radio.
No, number 1 and mid. Well, I'm not really sure about that radio.
Roger. I'm just going to take notes here so that I don't take too much of your time.
Roger. Now, I will tell you, I think you might be too close to the mic on that last transmission. I would add 2 inches of distance from that mic, Roger. 2 inches additional from the mic, Roger.
Roger. 2 inches additional from the mic, Roger.
Roger. Now I got 2 additional inches. Thank you for that. Over.
Yes, sir, that helps. What happens is if you get really close to that mic, then you start getting this bass build-up, and then that starts difficulty in comprehending what you're saying. So that sounded really, really good. Now, what kind of mic is that you're running, sir?
Sounded really, really good. Now, what kind of mic is that you're running, sir?
It's just the stock mic that comes with the Yaesu radio.
Yes, sir. So the best way to run that mic is pull it to the corner of your lips. Actually touch the corner of your lips and talk across it. Do not talk directly into it. Pull it to the side of your lips and touch your lips as you speak, Roger.
And touch your lips as you speak, Roger.
Roger. Got it at the side of my lip, talking across it, like suggested. Hopefully the audio is better.
Yes, sir, much better, and that minimizes mouth noises and all kinds of things. If you were to put a foam windscreen on that microphone, you could work it any way you wanted to, because the foam windscreen just is such a beautiful thing. That's something I suggest as the final touch of elegance to your audio would be a foam windscreen, because it breaks up currents that tend to get into the element and mess it up. And the best thing I've found is that you want this foam windscreen to fit over the top, the whole microphone. This windscreen fits right over the whole microphone there, and really does a beautiful job. It solves the currents of air that do tend to mess up audio, Roger?
That do tend to mess up audio, Roger?
Roger, sir. Thank you for that. I will work on getting one.
Okay, now if you have adjusted your bottom end, I would drop another couple of clicks, just out of curiosity, on your bass. Roll 2 more clicks on your bass, and let me hear you.
On your bass, roll 2 more clicks on your bass, and let me hear you.
Roger, the bass is drop 2 clicks. Again, testing the audio. Bass down 2 clicks. Over.
Yes, sir. And I would go up 1 click boost on your treble, 1 additional click boost on your treble, Roger.
Boost on your treble, 1 additional click boost on your treble, Roger.
Okay, 1 click up on the treble. Again, testing the audio. 1 click up on the treble. Testing the audio. Over.
Roger. Now, are you at +4? Can you go any higher on your treble boost? What's your top capability on your treble EQ?
What's your top capability on your treble EQ?
The top is 10, and right now I'm at 6. Over.
All right, go ahead and take it up to 10, and we'll see what that sounds like. Go ahead, plus 10 on your treble EQ. Roger, roger.
Plus 10 on your treble EQ. Roger, roger.
Testing audio at level 10. Audio at level 10. Over.
Yeah, I would run it like that. Now, why don't you tell me the best thing you like about amateur radio? Roger, roger.
Thing you like about amateur radio? Roger, roger.
Repeat that last question again. The best thing that I like about what?
About amateur radio, ham radio. What do you like best about it?
About amateur radio, ham radio. What do you like best about it?
Oh, I'm a fairly new ham. I've only been a ham for about 2 years, so I'm learning a lot. I think the best thing I like is the hams itself. I've met a lot of really useful and very kind and humble people, of which I think you are one. So that's definitely the best thing.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. So back to that microphone. I want you to take 2 more inches away from that element, 2 more inches away from the proximity to the microphone, and let me hear you with that, Roger.
Proximity to the microphone, and let me hear you with that, Roger.
Roger, roger. I'm now about 6 inches away from my mouth. Again, as the corner of my mouth turns sideways. Testing the audio, 6 inches out. Over.
Roger. Now that's the hand mic, Roger.
Roger. Now that's the hand mic, Roger.
That's the front of the hand mic.
Okay, maybe let's try something else. Let's try coming back in where it was at the corner of your lips, but maybe pulling it back just a little bit further to the corner of your lips than where it was.
Back just a little bit further to the corner of your lips than where it was.
Testing audio with the hand mic about an inch to the outside of the corner of my mouth. Total distance from my face is about 2 inches. Testing. Over.
Yes, sir. That's the place. So remember that place, because you sound like $1 million right there. So just put that in your brain that's the way you want to work that microphone, exactly at that place, Roger.
That's the way you want to work that microphone, exactly at that place, Roger.
Well, that's amazing. I would have never figured that out without you working with it, so I appreciate that. Over.
Yes, sir. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, it will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Most excellent, sir. Most excellent. Thank you very much for your help.
73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And, gosh, if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And W2, United, Florida, Ontario.
Florida, Ontario station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Ontario station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Yeah, very good evening. I guess it's late afternoon. The call here is Whiskey 2, Uniform Foxtrot, Ontario. We've spoken a couple times, I guess, in the past. The name is Mark. I'm in North Carolina. Over.
Uniform Foxtrot, Ontario, Roger. And Mark, is that the name, Roger?
Uniform Foxtrot, Ontario, Roger. And Mark, is that the name, Roger?
That is correct, over.
Roger, Mark. And what's your location, sir?
Roger, Mark. And what's your location, sir?
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. I'm about 21 miles from your border. And between Greensboro and over.
Roger. Well, I was just going through my internet SDRs, and I'm still been pretty much on that PA SDR. It's really great. And your audio sounds pretty good. Why don't you tell me about the best thing you like about your antenna system, and let me listen to your audio some more.
About your antenna system, and let me listen to your audio some more.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm currently running an older radio. It's a Yaesu FT950, pushing a Kenwood TL922 amplifier, I guess about 500 watts. And antenna is a off-Santa Fe dipole, and heavily modified in a configuration that everybody says this shouldn't work, but it seems to work quite well.
Roger, Roger. And like I say, I have a good copy on my PA Internet PA SDR, and it sounds good. Just curious to be sure that you're in that. Well, gosh, if that's an older radio, it may not have an adjustable transfer bandwidth. Are you familiar with that?
May not have an adjustable transfer bandwidth. Are you familiar with that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this does not have the features that some of the other radios, the newer radios I have. But I just put this online. This is my dad's radio, and it's been sitting in storage for about 15 years. And the other day I decided to hook it up, and today I finally hooked up the old amplifier to it, the 922. So this is kind of the first day I'm running it fully loaded out. I guess I'm kicking about 500 watts for the antenna over.
Roger, Roger. Well, your audio curve really sounds good. It is very enunciated, easy to understand. I did notice that maybe you might be able to get a little fatter signal there. We usually go for about a 3 dB dynamic range on our audio system, which means that the average percent of peak modulation is somewhere around 80 to 85%. You do have ALC meter on that radio, Roger?
I have ALC meter on that radio, Roger?
Yep. Yeah, running it right to the where it should be, just about the peak of the ALC, the end of the line, and running a little bit of compression, about probably 12 dB of compression.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Normally on that ALC, we consider the sweet spot to be 7 or 2/3 on your ALC meter, and but we use the word audio. We become a human test tone generator, and as we say that word, we adjust the mic gain until the ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3. Roger.
The ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, Roger.
Yeah, okay, very good. Actually, I'm just looking at it. It's probably running a little bit low, so let me just see something here. Let me, up. Okay, that's a touchy control. Okay, that's about 2/3 there, over.
Yes, sir. Now, you picked up about 18% of additional modulation level just in that adjustment, Roger. Now, I'm saying apparently it sounded like that. Now, it may not have been units that were correct as far as, 15%, but it sounded like the level came up, and that's the important thing, is to have, that is what's caused from the dynamics of the width of the audio. Unprocessed audio usually has about a 10 dB dynamic range. If I was connected to a PA system, you were talking, and I had a VU meter on that PA system output, and you were talking, and my meter would be bouncing all over, and we would consider that a 10 dB dynamic range. But what happens is when we go to transmit that, we need to get a fatter signal. So that's why we want to go from a 10 dB dynamic range, unprocessed, to a 3 dB dynamic range, which is then, instead of 30% average peak modulation, becomes 80 to 85% peak modulation, so it becomes much better to be understood in bad conditions. And let's face it, ham radio has probably more bad conditions than it does have good conditions, Roger?
Probably more bad conditions than it does have good conditions, Roger.
Oh, there's no question about it. No question about it. I'm going to just bring this up a little more. Hello. Audio. Okay, yeah, that's a smidgen more. But, all right, very good. Well, there's some other fellows in there calling you, so I'll let you get on to some of the other guys. Nice speaking with you again, and I'm glad that that the equipment, the old stuff is working, and I guess like everything else, if you don't go too crazy with it, it will work fine, and they should last. So take care, and we'll see you another time from W2UFO.
Roger, Roger, Mark. That signal's just beautiful, sir. And I would never know that was an older radio. It just sounds just up to date, particularly when you made the adjustment to modulate up there at 80 to 85% average peak modulation. So, and if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube, we've been recording it, and if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, that followed by the word logbook. So that's KC9VKV followed by the word logbook will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger.
400, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger. Okay, very good. Yeah, I'll do that. This will give me a chance to hear what this radio sounds like. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Have a pleasant weekend coming up, and we will probably come across you again, I'm sure, in the near future. And have a pleasant day. KC9VKV from W2UFO.
Roger, Roger, Mark. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I wouldn't change a thing. Just run that radio like that. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
And we're back on our PASDR, and gosh, it sounds like we're going to go fishing here. We've got about 3 minutes till 5, and we can maybe bail out early and go fishing a little bit early. So let me say, for all that participated, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3400, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. And with all that being said, this is KC9VKV, returning the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, clear.